Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video we are going to learn about the switch statement in the C programming language. Switch statement is one of the decision making statement like a if statement, if else and nested if statement. So this is one of a decision making statement and this is a decision making conditional statement, right? So based on the condition, if the condition gets satisfied, then the control passes to a particular location in the program. Okay. And switch statement in C is an alternate to the else if ladder. Okay, so it is an alternate to the else if ladder statement. And in real life also we may have to take some important decisions from the given multiple number of choices, multiple number of alternatives. We have to take one decision, right? So like visiting a place and selecting a college to join, and which movie to watch and which boy to marry. So like that we are having multiple number of options and we have to make one important decision by selecting a particular alternative from the given multiple number of choices. So here also in the switch statement, so if the switch condition is satisfied, then based on that condition we are going to the particular case. Okay, so if the condition is satisfied, based on the condition the control will be passed to the particular case. So in the switch statement, we're having basically three keywords, that is switch, case and default. So these are the three keywords that we are going to use repeatedly here. Okay. And it allows us to execute multiple operations for the different possible values of a single variable called switch variable. Okay. So if the switch variable is satisfied, so based on that condition, so it will go to the particular case, and so among the multiple number of choices we are going to select particular choice, okay, based on the switch variable for execution. So this is the syntax of the switch statement. So switch followed by the expression and number of cases given here, and if the expression gets satisfied, then the control passes to the particular case. Okay, and the case only will get executed. So after executing the case, the control comes out of the switch statement. Okay, if suppose none of the cases are satisfied, then the control goes to the default case. So if none of the cases are getting satisfied, then the control automatically passes to the default statement and the default statement will get printed. So what is the purpose of the break statement here? So if you are not using the break statement, then all the cases will get executed here. Okay, suppose if I am removing the break statement here, then the case 1, case 2 both get executed, and here there is a break, so the control will break that switch statement. Okay, so we are using the break statement to stop the execution for up to a particular case only. So it will execute only particular case for based on the switch expression. Okay, so it will not allow the control to execute the remaining cases also in the switch statement. Okay, so that is the main purpose of the break. Okay, so if you are using the break, then after executing the particular case, so the control will automatically come out of the switch statement. That is it will terminate the loop, right? And similarly, as you are using the break, you cannot use the continue statement in the switch statement, right? We know that break statement it will terminate the loop and the control will come out of the loop, right? Similarly, if you are using the continue, then the control will go to the starting of the loop. But if you are using the continue, means the control won't get to the starting of the loop. So we cannot use the continue in the switch case. So this is the flowchart of the switch statement. So here the program gets started, and if the switch case has been matched, then the particular statement will get executed. Suppose I am giving the switch expression here as 1. Okay, so then the case 1 will the control will pass to the case 1, and the statement under the case 1 will be get executed, and the control will come out of the loop, out of the switch statement if you are using a break statement. Okay, so this is how the flowchart of the switch statement will work. And there are some of the rules for the switch statement. That is, a switch expression must be of an integer or character type. The switch expression that you are mentioning must be of integer or character type, and it doesn't support any float type. The case value must be an integer or character constant. Okay, so similarly you are using must be also in the format of integer or character constant, and the case value can be used only inside the switch statement. The switch, case and default, so these three keywords are a combination pack. Okay, so we cannot use them separately. So if you are using a switch statement only, you can use the case, otherwise you cannot use the case value. The break statement in switch case is not must, it is an optional. Okay, so break statement is not must. If you are not using the break statement, then it will execute all the cases in the switch statement. So but the break statement here is an optional thing, you can use or you may not use. Okay, so this is a simple program on the switch statement, how the switch statement is going to work. So the program starts here. So enter the, so this program is on knowing the day in the week. So in the week we are having 7 days. If you are pressing a particular number, so based on that number it is going to print the particular weekday. Okay, so here the 1 represents the Sunday, and 2 represents Monday, 3 Tuesday, and so on. 7 represents Saturday here. So enter the day between 1 to 7. If you are entered the day number between the 1 to 7, suppose I am entering the number 5 here, then the control will automatically pass to the case 5. It will execute only the case 5 and it will print Thursday. Okay, so after printing, the case will be breaked here and the control will pass out of the loop. Okay, so like this the switch statement will work. Suppose I am entering the number, day number between not between 1 to 7. Suppose I am entering the number 9, then the control will come to the default case. It will check all the cases. So here the none of the cases are getting matched with the number, so it will print the default case, that is please enter proper input. Okay, and then it will break the switch statement. Okay, so this is about the switch, the example of the switch program. So now let us see some of the tips in the switch case, some of the properties of the switch case. Switch case numbers may be assigned in any order. So there is no need that it must be assigned in a particular order, like in the ascending order or descending order. So there is no order. You can mention the cases in any of the order. So like given this, so switch case, so case 121, case 722 are default case. Okay, so you can mention the case numbers in any order. We can use the character values in case and switch. So here in the switch case we can use both integer and character values. So in the example we have taken the integer value. The switch number is an integer value. So similarly we can represent it with a character value also. So char c equals to x, and if the here the switch of c, that is switch of x. So here, since the expression is x, the control will pass to the case x and it will print the I am in case x. Okay, and it will break the statement. To execute a common set of statements for multiple cases. Okay, so here if you want to execute statements with multiple cases, suppose I am having a set of statements and I want to represent the given set of statements with 2 or more cases. For example, here normally here I am representing case v with the printf I am in case v with a single case, that is case v. Suppose I want to represent this statement with 2 or more cases, like case v, case u, like that I want to represent. Okay, so for that purpose we are using we can represent the set of statements with multiple cases. So here case A and case small a and caps A. So these two cases are representing a statement printf A is in ashar. Okay, so A is in ashar. So this will get printed here. Okay, so here when the character is A, I am entering. So it will check the case. So here the case A, there is no statement in the case A, so the control will automatically pass to the next statement, case caps A, and it will print the printf statement. After that, it will break the case. Since we are not using any statements or break statement in the case small a, so the control will automatically pass to the next case. And after executing the case caps A, it will break the statement and the control will come out of the loop. So every statement in a switch must belong to some case or the other. Okay, so here you cannot execute a statement if a statement doesn't belong to any case. The compiler won't report an error, but it will never get executed. So in the given program, so here switch case, the printf hello is given. So this statement will not get executed, and it doesn't print any error also. Okay, so if you want to mention any statement in the switch case, that must be represented only in the cases only. If you want to execute any statement, it must be in the cases. If it is out of these cases, then it won't, the compiler will neglect this statement and it doesn't report an error also. So now let us see what are the differences between the switch case and the else if statement. So we have learned that switch case is a replacement of the else if ladder. Okay, so what are the differences between the switch case and the else if ladder? So the switch case will support only integer and constant value, integer and character values, and switch expression must always lead to a constant. Suppose here I am using switch of an expression that leads to a constant value. Suppose I am assigning 1 equals to 1. Okay, so 1 equals to 1 means this is a true, right? So this expression is true, that leads to 1, so which is a constant value. So if the given expression is leading to a constant value, so then we can use that expression. Suppose I am having an expression like a switch of 2 greater than 3. So this cannot be executed here, right? Because it is not leading to any constant value. Okay, a float expression cannot be tested using a switch. Okay, so switch statement supports only integer and constant values and character values. So cases can never have variable expressions. For example, it is wrong to say case a plus 3 x plus 2 1 comma 2 comma 3. So if you want to represent a multiple number of cases, then you can represent in this format. So case A, like that. Okay. But you cannot represent the multiple number of cases like this, 1 comma 2 comma 3. And multiple cases cannot use the same expression. Okay, so multiple cases cannot use the same expressions. And in the switch case, it is supporting only integer and character constants. Whereas in the else if ladder, it supports all data types, that is int, character, float, double. So it is going to support all the data types. And in the case of the switch case, there is no need of any indentation or any brackets, right? We are not using any braces for representing the set of statements in the switch case. But in the case of the else if ladder, we have to must and should represent the statements with the help of the braces, or else it will be different to manage the statements. And the else if ladder leads to a structural programming. Okay, And if you are going to compare the switch and else if, so which one is better means, suppose if you are using multiple number of choices, then switch case is better. Okay, and if you are having two or more options, then else if ladder is better to use. And here, so what is the main purpose of the switch and if else if ladder means, the switch statement is very useful while writing the menu driven programs. Okay, and switch case is going to use a jump table. Okay, that's why the execution will be very faster compared to the else if ladder. Okay, so in the case of the else if ladder, if you check here, so if the condition is true, then it will go to the statement 1. If this condition is false, then it will go to condition 2. If the condition 2 is also false, then it will go to condition. So that means in the else if ladder, you have to every condition here, right? So you have to check each and every condition in the given program. But in the case of the switch statement, there is no need of checking each and every case. So if the expression is satisfied, then and based on the representation of the expression, it will go to the particular case, and that case block only will get executed. Okay, so here the case consists of the block of statements to be executed. So when the control passes to the case constant 2, then it will execute only the block of statements under the case constant 2. Okay, so there is no need of executing checking each and every case here in the switch statement. Okay, so that's why the switch statement execution is very faster compared to the else if ladder. So in the else if ladder, we have to check each and every condition, and if the condition is false, we have to keep on checking all the conditions. But in the case of the switch case, there is no need of checking all the conditions. If the expression is true, then the control will automatically pass to the particular case and it will get executed. After that one, it will break the loop. Okay, and whereas in the case of the else if ladder, the compilation is very slow because we have to check each and every condition present in the else if ladder. Okay, but in the case of the switch case, we are using a jump table, so that it is going to, the control will jump to the particular case for execution. And if you are using an else if ladder with two or more conditions, like if you're using one or two conditions means, then you can properly use the else if ladder only. So at that time the execution time will be less. If suppose you are using more than 3 conditions in the else if ladder, then you can go to the switch statement for execution. Okay, we are using else if ladder with the two or three conditions means, then the execution time of the both the switch statement and else if condition will be equal only. If you are using more than 3 statements, then you can go for the switch statement. Okay, here in the break statement, when is used in a switch, takes the control outside the switch. However, using of a continuous statement will not take the control to the beginning of a switch, as one is likely to believe. And this is about all about the switch statement in the C programming language. So now let us see the execution of. So given the days in a week starting from 1, that is Sunday, to Saturday. Okay. So if any of this case is not satisfying for the given input, then it will print the default case. Okay. So now let us execute this program and see how it works. So enter a day. So I am going to enter 6. So it will print it, the day is Friday. And if suppose I am entering a value called 10 or more than 7, then it is going to print the default case. So please enter the proper input. So why? Because in the switch cases we have given the days only from case 1 to 7, and compared to the if else, so you can run the same program using the if else ladder also, but the if else statement takes more time to execute the program. But whereas in the case of the switch case, so it uses a jump table to jump to a particular case based on the user input. So that's why the switch case works faster than the if else statement. Okay, so the same program you can execute using the if else statement also. But the basic difference here is the execution, the compilation time will be faster for the switch case compared to the if else statement. Okay. But in the case of the switch case, if you are using many number of cases, then the compilation will be faster. But suppose if you are using two cases, two or three cases, then the if else works very better compared to the switch case. Okay, the switch case is working faster because of the usage of the jump table in while compiling. Okay, so this is about the switch case, and thanks for watching my video. Please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.